with you. Said I'm sucking straight to hell, they don't need a vision. I need you to give us back Martin Luther. Take Martin's credit.
Yep.
Give us.
Okay, I agree with that one. Yeah. Even though Martin Luther Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were like polar opposites. One was all about violence, one was all about peace. Now, who do I side with on this? It depends on the scenario. And you cannot, exchange violence for violence. It makes no sense because you're just going to create more violence. But if your back is against the wall, then violence might be your only option. Hello Red Dome family, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back again with another one. Another Joyner Lucas song. And this one, to me personally, is quite controversial because I've heard this before and there's some things that I disagree with this that I would like to highlight, It's a deep song, nevertheless. It's a deep song, but the problem with it is, this was about 4 years ago. So I'm sure, maybe, perhaps, Joyner Lucas has changed his stance on certain things, on certain subjects, on certain, on some certain statements he made in this rap song. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Professional traders who trade full-time for a living do not drive Lamborghinis or
Father, forgive me. I'm staring at this Bible as I keep glancing. Dear Lord, I got questions and I need answers. Trying to understand your vision, all I see is damage. Just a bunch of dead bodies in the street camping. A bunch of lost souls on their feet standing. We supposed to be your children, I thought we family. You supposed to be my father, bro, I need answers. We don't need to die young, we just need chances. Tired of living on the edge, so we keep scrambling. Trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. We just want to be number one like Steve Francis. Bow our heads saying praying out the seeds planted. Everywhere I turn, I'm seeing MCs vanish. A lot of good niggas gone, I don't understand it. A lot of families lost and they seeds stranded. I ain't trying to disrespect you, I just need answers. I know you watching us from heaven thinking who to save. Cherry picking who should go next and who should stay. I'd be on my way to heaven if I knew the way. And bring back every good nigga you choose to take. They say you're never wrong, but you done made a few mistakes. Cause you taking the wrong niggas, maybe you should trade. Trade us back all the real ones, remove the fakes. I think you should trade. Give us Tupac back and take that nigga shook. Let the legend resurrect that he gon' live for good. I've been screaming.
Okay, so it's a, take Suge Knight and give us back Tupac. That's if Tupac is dead. I don't think, me personally, I do not think this guy is dead. But then again, it might be. It's not like I know for sure, That's just what I think. Based on my research, that's what I feel. Tupac wasn't perfect. Tupac was not perfect. Tupac was not like the best influence to the masses. But Tupac had a good heart, and it often showed in a lot of his interviews, because that's when it removes himself. His interviews is who he is. When they interview him, that's who he is. It's no longer about the music. It's about directly who he is, and it showed, that he's a good person. Cares about the people. But let's not pretend like this guy did not have a bad influence on the masses. The whole thug life, the whole, Machiavelli's a done thing, and come on, man. But yeah, I'd still, if I could choose between Tupac and Suge Knight, come on. We all know I'll be choosing Tupac, right? Come on.
It's dog life in every different hood. If only you can bring him back, Lord, I wish you would. Give us Biggie, give us Pun, give us Triple X. Take that nigga Trump with you, that's a bigger threat.
There we go. Now we're getting to the controversial part. What do you mean take Trump away? Before Obama? Before Bill Clinton? Before Hillary Clinton? Before all these? Really? But then again, this was 3 years ago, so I'm probably sure he's probably changed his stance a little bit after seeing what Joe Biden is doing right now and seeing what Donald Trump did when it was his turn, and how much the media slandered his name and tried to tarnish his image by all means necessary. I've told you guys already, whoever the media is citing be very cautious of that person. Whoever the media is pushing on the masses, be very cautious of that person. Whoever the media decides to turn their back on, that's probably your friend. That is probably humanity's friend. Probably. But let's keep going.
There's too much power for a coward with no intellect. That's a bigger when a collar is a disconnect.
Oh yeah, and by the way, XXXTentacion, amazing guy, tried to expose the industry so many times. People are trying to say it was the sixth god that got him, you know. Some people are trying to say, yeah, I'm sure you guys know who the sixth god is, right? Which is another symbology, you know. I mean, but let's leave that aside. You know, Big Pun, Biggie, once again, not the best influences to the masses, but, you know, compared to some other people, they're not that bad. In my opinion, I think all of them sold their souls. XXX sold his soul. Biggie, Tupac. For you to be pedestalized and for you to be put up in the, you have to have sold your soul one way or the other. So, and we've all seen the picture of Tupac, for example, in the bathtub, in the bloody bathtub. You know, that's a sign of, you know, selling your soul. You know, and like the chain wrapped around his, you know, lower region. I mean, come on, man. You know, let's not call art on this, you know. But yeah, let's keep going.
Niggas dying, mama crying, grandma need a tissue. Niggas shooting up the church, now I need a pistol. All the niggas still living, you don't see the issue. But how you take a leader, then you take a leader with you.
Okay, now this one kind of hurt me a little bit. The Aaliyah one, I don't know if she was, you know, sacrificed. I don't know. I've not done enough research on that to just openly give my opinions on it. But her death hurt. Definitely hurt. You know, who else did he mention again?
Niggas dying, mama crying, grandma need a tissue. Niggas shooting up the church, now I need a pistol. All the niggas still living, you don't see the issue. But how you take a leader?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's it.
Then you take a leader with you. I ain't trying to disrespect, just need a meter with you. I ain't trying to overstep, just want a reason with you. Give us back our loved ones and take the evil with you. Send them sucking straight to hell, they don't need a vision. I need you to give us back Martin Luther. Take Martin's credit.
Yep.
Give us.
Okay, I agree with that one. Yeah, even though Martin Luther, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were like polar opposites. One was all about violence, one was all about peace. Now, who do I side with on this? It depends on the scenario, and you cannot, you know, exchange violence for violence. It makes no sense because you're just going to create more violence. But if your back is against the wall, then violence might be your only option. So I can see both of them's point. With that being said, they were both taken out regardless. So that means both were a threat anyway, which is crazy to say. You know, both the peacemaker and the person that was all about violence, you know, leave my people alone, they were both taken out anyway. So I think that answers the question, right? You cannot be lenient with these people. You cannot be lenient with them. You cannot be all peace and love. You can't. But then again, there's also a time where you have to like fall back a little bit and like, you know, make a bit more conscious decisions on how to deal with the scenario at that moment. And sometimes violence needs to be taken out of the equation.
Back Malcolm, take R. Kelly, R.I.P. Lil Snoop, get that boy's life back.
Yeah.
Take Eric Holder, give us Eric right back. I'm sending you this message, Lord, I hope you hit me right back. They say I'm on the wrong train, I know I'm on the right track. Cause Trayvon Gordon only did was try to fight back. Zimmerman walk around free, we don't like that.
Now, after the Judge, you know who incident, I'm very skeptical about just jumping onto this, you know, idea of, oh, the police or killed this black man and blah blah blah, and just jump in and support. No, I need to look at the ulterior motives, you know. I need, especially since that whole incident with the Black Lives Matter happened, with the BLM movement happening. But with that being said, this Trayvon Martin situation, this Zimmerman, I don't know if it's been orchestrated by the media. I don't know what the hell it is, but based on what was portrayed to us, I can say that man Zimmerman should never have gotten free, scot-free. He should never have gotten scot-free. You don't, like, it's still murder at the end of the day. You can claim that this little boy, which I believe was false anyway, tried to like get you, but there was no evidence that, you know, But anyway, you know what? Let's not get too deep into this subject because we'll be here for a minute. So.
Why you take our mothers from us? Fathers and our sisters and our cousins from us. Got these children getting murdered while they double dutching. Wonder why the fuck you take Nipsey Hussle from us? Damn, you took a true king.
This broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. You know, look. Let's not talk about selling the soul, blah blah blah. Did Nipsey also sell his soul? Let's leave that out the equation for now. This hurt. Because at the point where he died, I was starting to know Nipsey Hussle at the time, and I was really enjoying his music. I remember I started listening to him and Rowdy Rich quite a lot, and I was really enjoying the music. And even though it was a little bit toxic, it still had this hint of educational value to it. It still had this hint of, chase your money, focus on, get rid of the distractions. And to make matters even worse, this guy was meant to release a documentary on Dr. Sebi, who you guys, I'm sure you know by now, I'm a big fan of, and it's all about nutrition, all about health, all about spirituality, all about abundance and manifestation and stuff like that. So it's like, this really hurt me, because I believe he was going to be huge in the industry, and I believe he was going to bring something positive to the industry as well. But then again, maybe that's what they were scared of. Maybe they took him out for that reason. Who knows?
The true brother from us. This a fucking marathon, but they running from us. Now everybody got guns, niggas up to something. And every gangster wanna prove that they tough or something. You know it's not fair, tell the truth. I've been in my feelings too. But if you took Emmett Till, at least take down the roof.
Now this is probably what I probably agree on the most in this. There ain't no debate in this. Emmett Till, Dylan Roof, completely opposite people. One was innocent, one was a child. This guy is just a demon. He's a demon. Is a reptile. Like, if the epitome of a demon was a person, it would be this guy, who just goes to a church and randomly slaughter people. Who does that? You've got to have no soul, no conscience, low vibrational for you to do something like that. But let's keep going.
At least take James Holmes. I ain't even mad at that. Just bring back Whitney and get
James Holmes.
You know it's not fair, tell the truth. I've been in my feelings too. But if you took Emmett Till, at least take Dylan Roof. At least take James Holmes. I ain't even mad at that. Just bring back Whitney and give us Michael Jackson back. Feds want me and then slam it down. Ain't no justice for Sandra Bland. We up like a Sailor fan. Lord, if you listen, I'm just looking for
man. No, man. No. When I saw that picture, I just felt like this. Goosebumps all over my body, man. This has got to be one of the saddest cases I've seen, like, in the media, man. Like, who kills someone here in custody? Police, of course. Then arranges the body like the person is, like the person is still alive. It was trending quite a lot back then, and it's crazy because I don't know if she's got justice for what happened, but till today it's still something that plagues my mind, how certain police officers and cops can get away with certain things, It's crazy, and that's what made me believe the whole Black Lives Matter movement back then, because I know that there are police that target, the so-called minority, and just target society as a whole and get away with it, get scot-free, so. But anyways,
hand in hand, take out the fuck niggas and give us back our fam again. Drowning in my tears, trying to pray for some. Wonder why you give us life for you to take it from us. Wonder why you give us family then erase it from us.
Because it makes no sense. I done told you already. It makes no sense. Religion is a facade. I've told you guys already. You ain't gotta believe me, but let's go do more research and stop sticking your head in just one book. Expand your horizon a little bit.
Maybe hopefully you can have a conversation with us. Maybe I'm just probably tripping cause I need a hug. The hood can't find jobs, now we need a plug. Everybody and their mama trying to be a thug. I don't go to church cause I'm afraid of being judged. I've been staring at the ceiling as I lie in bed.
The one place you shouldn't be judged.
Trends like Simon says. I pray you give us back the real ones and try again. Or maybe take them niggas that deserve to die instead. Tommy Lauren run her mouth and then she get defensive. Laura Ingram laughing at death and disrespecting. I really feel like you should teach them stupid hoes a lesson. Either that or give us back somebody who deserved the blessings. I left out a bunch of names that I forgot to mention. Cost too much to pay attention and it got expensive. Father, forgive me for I know not what I do, and now I'm reaching out to you, hoping you hear me and return the message. I know that you got a back and that you're not against us. Or maybe you just love us, so you're doing shit to test us. I just kinda thought that you would do more to protect us. They say the good die young and I ain't on the guest list. I've been drinking, Lord, forgive me as my blood racing. I don't know what I'm thinking, I'm just frustrated. I don't mean to question you, I'm just confused. I don't know what else to do, I've been patient and it sucks waiting. Took my mans from me, that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that it never worked. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work. Devil's work. Devil's work.
Interesting. Guys, religion, man, I don't know. Everyone's entitled to believe what they want to believe, you know. That's the fundamental of the universe, one of the fundamentals of the universe. And fundamental rules of the universe, my bad. And also, I don't like this Joyner Lucas image I'm staring at right now. I don't like. I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about artists that do this, you know, and in the movies like the Joker, that goes like, it basically means, it's like it basically means silence. It basically means you saw it, but you can't say what you saw. And as we know, Joyner Lucas is in the industry, he's very successful. So, you know, even though his music is extremely informative and extremely educational, doesn't mean it's not solely so. Let's not, you know, let's not. But that's not the reason why we're checking out this video right now. We're checking out this video for the positivity, for the positive things of that, you know, we can get from it. So, anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. You know, I want you guys to literally help this channel grow. I really love you guys. You know, you guys, you know, my real fans anyway, the real supporters of this channel. I really respect you guys. I really love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Trust me. But anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. One love.